Another day, another stream. Minor news. Minor news. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another stream about your dear Washington Wizards. We have news. We have news on Dejounte Murray. What the Spurs are looking to acquire with him. We also have news on Bradley Beal from Quentin Mayo. The report's kind of confusing me because there's just so many different things going on. What's going on, Eric? What's going on, Kevin? Appreciate you joining your boy. Eric, he said we're going to need them first round picks if KD becomes available. Kevin said, what up, D? Eric, I'm going to be honest with you. Kevin Durant don't got no interest in coming to Washington, D.C. I doubt he got. That boy has no interest. If he didn't have interest when John and Brad were young and on the up, he ain't going to have no interest when the Wizards are mediocre. Anthony says he's not worth 3 picks. You're wildin'. Eric, what's happening? NBA, the Spurs will be dumped to trade Dejounte. So, just tweeted out not too long ago, apparently via Jake Fisher. It says the Spurs would want 3 first-round picks in return for Dejounte Murray. Now, I don't know if that's what they're going to get. I don't know if they'll get a first-round pick. Maybe it'll be like 2 first-rounders and a player. That's kind of was like a half first-rounder. But they also have interest in John Collins. So maybe it's like a player of this level. Maybe 2 first-round picks instead of like just 3 first-round picks in general. I'm not sure exactly how you want to spice it up and do it. Also, from Quentin Mayo. He said on his podcast, I wouldn't pencil in Bradley Beal's return to DC as a foregone conclusion. He's still very much undecided and weighing all his options. So, I mean, that was a little weird to me because I was like, I'm confused because like a week ago, Josh said that Bradley Beal, because Bradley Beal literally said that he made his decision, but he couldn't say anything on it. Now, unless the Johnny Davis thing made him like question because he wanted a vet and they just got a rookie and whatever, so maybe he changed his mind. Now he's not decided anymore. But I'm confused. So now he's very much undecided. But a week ago, the man said that he was decided. So I have no idea what's going on anymore. I've completely given up in thinking of if Brad has made his decision or not. Because apparently I just have no clue. Because a week ago, they told me he said he made his decision. Now I'm being told he hasn't made a decision, and he's very undecided. Now, I guess it's very possible, like I just said, that Bradley Beal could have seen what the Wizards did with the draft, seen them not make a move, and was like, hey, I don't know no more, man. This ain't looking too good. You know? So, I don't know, man. I legitimately don't know anymore. I give up. I give up trying to think on what this Bradley Beal stuff is going to do, what it's going to be. I just have no clue, man. I'm ready for free agency to start so, like, decisions can be made so I can stop. We can all stop dealing with this, you know, the quotes, the uncertainty. I want to be the Dirk of the Wizards. Now I just don't know. I don't want to regret. I don't want to miss out on winning. It's like so many different quotes and so many contradictory quotes, and it's just annoying. It's so many quotes. Some contradict each other. some don't. Like, from what Brad is saying in general, I just don't know. It's like reports say it's looking like he's going to opt out and sign a longer-term deal with the Wizards. The man says he makes his decision. Then another report says he is undecided, hasn't made his decision. One side, the man says he want to be Dirk of the Wizards. The next side says he doesn't want to regret not giving himself a chance to win. I don't know anymore, man, with Brad. I just have no clue. I honestly am over it. I honestly don't care no more. I just want a decision to be made. I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired of the contradictory quotes. I just want all this to be done. I want the real to be done. I just want everything to be official. I want free agency to start on Thursday. And I'm ready for all the hoopla and whatnot to happen because I'm over it. Elon, he said, do it, Matt. He said, 2 picks of the player, LOL. Elon, he said, please. NBA, he said, it was probably a 3-team trade. Kevin said, nah, I'm good. Might as well get Kemba or Wall and hope for the best. Dejounte, I mean, the thing is, Dejounte, I think, is extremely better at this point than Wall and/or Bill. I mean, I said Bill. Definitely Kemba. Definitely Kemba. I think the thing with Dejounte and why I like him, I mean, he's like coming on like right now. Like, first time All-Star, 2 more years on his deal. 25 years old. I mean, young. Coming into his own as of late. Like, I think he's going to continue to improve. Like, he was an All-Star for a reason last season. May said I'm about it. Yes, please. No better PG for us to get. Like, if I had to choose between Dejounte and like John or Kemba, I'm going Dejounte Murray. Like, and it's very easy for me to make that decision. Eric, you say he doesn't follow Johnny Davis on Insta. A lot of our guys don't actually. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird. Eric. Airline, you said, what do you think the package to Murray will be? Probably multiple first. May include like a player or two. But definitely like 2 firsts or something like that. I don't know if they'll get 3 firsts, but you know, maybe 2 firsts, a player, possibly 3 firsts. It's a multitude of different decisions. I mean, trades that possibly could be made for Dejounte. I doubt the Wizards make the move though, because that's just, I don't know. Everything is too steep for the Wizards. The price is too steep for the Wizards for everyone. Apparently, every person they're trying to get, or every position they're trying to place themselves in, the price ends up being too steep. They try to trade up, not even to 4, to 5. You know, with the Pistons or the Kings, the price is too steep. I don't know, Dejounte and SGA, the price is too steep probably. Every time it's a good player and you gotta pay up, the price is too steep. Well, how the F are you going to get better if the price is too steep for every major improvement you can possibly add on a team? I mean, Tommy even said it takes 2 to tango, but he ain't trying to dance. So I don't get it. You say it takes 2 to tango, but you're not even trying to step on the dance floor. Because the price is too steep. The price is always going to be too steep, man. That's just how it is. I mean, if you just want to float and play for the play-in spot again, be my guest, bro. Be my guest. If you want to max out a guy and then be mid and play for a play-in spot, and that's your future, go ahead. Be my guest. But if you really want to get some possible game changers that's young, that's electric, that's energetic, then you got to tango, bro. Mr. 2 to tango, Tommy 2 to tango Shepherd. But you ain't trying to step on the dance floor, brother. So I don't know what you're trying to do, man. It's always going to sound like the price is too steep. Sorry. NBA, you say Dirk takes pay cut, Bill doesn't. It's facts. B-Boy, what's going on, Brian? You said, do you feel like we can actually give him a good chance at winning this year? In terms of Bill, currently constructed, I mean, this team is, I mean, They'll definitely be a playoff contender. That's assuming KP will stay healthy. Like, I don't see them being a 6 seed currently constructed right now. I still got to see what they do at the point guard position. Eric, you said, do you think it's only two options, a max or sign and trade? For Brad, yeah. It's either a max or he's going to get signed and traded somewhere. Also, guys, thank you for joining your boy this lovely evening. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video for your boy. Helps out a lot. Also, trying to reach that 10 membership goal. So if you want to become a channel member, hit the link in the pinned comment in the chat. Or if you want to donate, you can hit me up with a super chat. It's important that way. So, let's get back to these comments. Zay, what's going on? You said they won 3 first rounder. Let's get them, Knicks. You said, but we putting all our stock in Brunson. Yeah, I'm definitely going hard on Dejounte over Brunson. But hey, if the Knicks feel like Jalen Brunson is that guy to that level, then they feel like he's that guy to that level. They feel like he's the guy to that level. Also, man, I got a heart back on yesterday. My man AJ dropped a $100 super chat in this joint, man. That was crazy. My boy AJ, I'm telling you, he's forever stamped in this chat. My boy dropped a $100 donation yesterday. Crazy. Eric, you said, not gonna lie, no team No team Bill will go to will give him an absolute chance to win unless he takes a severe pay cut. I mean, he'll want to go to a contender, I'm sure. The Wizards will probably try their best to oblige. But he ain't going to no trash team. He ain't going to no trash team and making less money than he will make with the Wizards. If he's leaving, he's going to somebody who's going to be good. Especially for the amount of money he will be losing out on by leaving. Zay said, I'm so mad. Knicks be having Zay heated. Kevin, you said, and that's why we will always be in purgatory. Facts. Talk to him, Kevin. They say, Tommy, you say, hello, guys. What did I miss? I don't know. I'm just over the Bills stuff. Saitama, really, that's what I'm just talking about right now. Because it was said that Quinn Mayo, I believe on this podcast, said that Bradley Beal's decision is pretty much still undecided, really. You know, there's still decisions to be made. But then a week ago, Josh Robbins, said, because Bradley Beal legitimately, actually said that his decision was, made. But, he couldn't really speak on it. And I'm just irritated because I'm just tired of the contradictory quotes. I'm just tired of I want to be the Dirk of the Wizards. I don't want to regret not giving myself a chance to win. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Reports saying he's probably leaning towards re-signing. And then, I don't know. It's just so many different reports and so many quotes. It's just, I just want a decision to be made, man. NBA said trade Bill for Takis. Tell me them, ain't those chips or something like that? NBA. Zay said, bro, Brownson not a top 10 PG. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Might as well start Emmanuel quickly. Eric said, but the contenders will have to give up their pieces that make them a well-rounded championship team. I mean, they would still have their main stars. They would give up a young guy, let's say the 76ers. Giving up Tyrese Maxey for Bradley Beal, whatever, isn't going to make them that's not going to make them worse. Because Bradley Beal is better than Tyrese Maxey right now. The Heat, giving up Tyler Hero and whoever, isn't going to make them that much worse. They'll still have Jimmy Butler. They'll still have Bam Adebayo. Bradley Beal is better than Tyler Hero. And whoever they would probably give up in that in that trade. The 76ers would still have Joel Embiid. I don't know what would go on with James Harden, but if they had him too, you would have Bill, Harden, and Embiid. Losing Tyrese Maxey or whoever pieces isn't going to do that much damage. Zay, you said I got a feeling Bill going to stay. I mean, he got a lot of reasons too, over 250 mil reasons why he should stay. Kevin said at least Kyrie wants to come to DC because we are on his list of destinations. Are they? He is? Where you say that, Kevin? The list of destinations I've seen for Kyrie are like Knicks. I think they said Woj said, yeah. Woj said it was the Lakers, Clippers, Knicks, Heats, Mavs, 76ers. And then they were like, Woj said that the Lakers were pretty much the most realistic option because the Clippers, Heat, Mavs, and 76ers were out. I mean, I don't know about the Knicks, but the Lakers were pretty much the most realistic options. I ain't see nothing about no Kyrie to the DC. He says, hey, what team does he want to go to anyway? I remember Andrew Bogut said something a while ago that Brad will be interested in going to Philly to play with Embiid, which would be interesting. You know, Joel, James, if he were to come back, and then, which he probably is, James and Joel. That would be a very good big three. And I think Brad would excel in that kind of situation, you know, as like a two. Like the current Harden, I think Bill is better than the current Harden. But like if he was to return to Houston's Harden, I mean, yeah. And I mean, you're right, Zay. Philly does have Harden, but I think Bill can. He doesn't need to have the ball in his hands that much. I mean, I think he can fit in with Harden, especially with Joel as well. I like him in that third/second role on the championship team. I like him in that second or third role. He says best bet to Celtics. I mean, yeah. I mean, logically that makes sense because his best friend is Tatum. You know, pair up with probably Jaylen. Celtics would probably want to keep Jaylen Brown to make a big three. I just don't know if the Wizards would be interested enough in the Celtics trade package over a team like Philly or Miami or whoever else. Kevin said Tommy did say he was interested in getting Kyrie next to Bill and KP. Where you say that at, Kevin? I must have missed that. I feel like I would have seen that all over my timeline, if Tommy said that. I mean, yeah, I could have just missed it though. Eric, you said I'm gonna need a lot more than Maxey. During the last season, I needed him and Ben for Brad. I'd rather not even sign Brad in that case. NBA said trade Bill for a donut. Zay said Philly, yeah, but they got Harden. His best bet is the Celtics. He said there's a better chance KD comes to DC than Kyrie. I always kind of judge it by this. Always judge what players may do based on the betting odds because Vegas always knows. Vegas always has an idea. So it's like if Vegas don't have you on them odds, you're probably not an option. So okay. Like let's look at BetOnline. Let's look at BetOnline betting odds. Let me minimize myself real quick. Let's look at BetOnline betting odds. They say Bradley Beal next team, if not Wizards. They have on their site, they have the Boston Celtics as the favorites, as you was just speaking about. Behind that, they have the Blazers. Then they have the Heat, Lakers, Nets, Hawks, Nuggets, blah, blah, blah. You get kind of... But their betting favorite is the Celtics if Brad leaves. Which makes sense because of the Tatum connection, naturally. They say Kevin Durant, if not the Nets. They say the Heat, Grizzlies, Hawks, Suns, Clippers, Knicks, Blazers, Thunders, Lakers. I said Thunders. Then Thunder, Lakers, Warriors, Bulls. No Wizards on this list. And I agree with him. I don't see him being interested in DC at all. If he didn't come to DC when the Wizards were on the up and up with a young Brad and a young John, why the heck would he come now? When the Wizards are in a worse situation. I don't know why he would do that. Kyrie, they say Lakers, Heat, Knicks, Clippers, Mavs, 76ers, Hawks, Nuggets, Bulls, Pistons. I mean, I don't see Kyrie coming to DC either because DC's not a winning team. They're nowhere near being a championship contending team. I agree with no Wizards being on the list for KD or Kyrie. But the Wizards are on the list for Russell Westbrook if he's not a Laker. They have the Wizards at plus 750 for if Russell Westbrook is not a Laker. They have the lead being the Thunder. But the Wizards are on this list for Russell Westbrook. So those are BetOnline's betting odds for teams that certain players will be with next season, if not on their current team. Spanky, what's going on? You said the guy at Other Side of Sports said Quinn has been fabricating a lot. Apparently most of the reported with his trades are fake. Who is Other Side of Sports? Is that a YouTuber or is that a reporter? Who is that, Spanky? Is that a podcaster? Chimpy said Bill going nowhere. Zay said that's where I think KD goes if he leaves. Chimpy said this season anyway. Zay said Blazers, oh heck no. Well, Blazers, they could give us Anthony Simons. Is it Anthony Simons or Anthony Simmons? I want to make sure I'm saying his name right, because I hate when I feel like I'm not saying his name. Pretty sure it's Anthony Simons. Pretty sure it's Anthony Simons. It is. It's Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons. Kevin said those were good times. Aaron said WTF. So he said Westbrook was a dog with y'all. He had his moments where he was irritating, but I mean he also had his good moments as well. I mean, I just don't see him getting bought out by the Lakers. I think they just suck it up if they can't move him and try to make it work for this last year on his deal. Aaron said, hell no. Kevin said Russell to buyout only. Zay said, I'm sad he only played a year there. NBA said, remember the Lakers are in a worse situation. Yeah, the Lakers really don't really have any room to really maneuver and change their roster drastically. I mean, they could possibly do something with moving Russ and getting Kyrie or moving Russ to Brooklyn. I don't know, for Kyrie, something like that. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's the Lakers and things happen for the Lakers. So I wouldn't be shocked. I just don't think they buy. I don't think they buy Russ out at all, though. Russ isn't getting bought out. Spank, you say he's a DC Sports YouTuber. Okay. Eric, you said I'm going to need multiple firsts. Mr. Defensive Player of the Year, Robert Williams at either Grant or Pritchard. Chimp, you said 5 first picks for Bill. So you said they could give y'all Simons and Sharp. That's true. They do have Shaden Sharp over there. They do have Simons. I don't know if they would want Sharp because they have Johnny Davis. They just got Johnny Davis. So getting Simons and getting Sharp, that's a lot of guards. It's a lot of guards over there. You just brought in 3 new guards. So you got Simons who would start because you know he can hoop. Then you have Johnny Davis. Then you have Shaden Sharp as well. But I mean that makes sense though. Chevy said nobody wants Russ. Kevin said I would 80 back for Bill. Want 80 back for Bill in the sign and trade. 80 and KP3 would be nice. Yeah, if either of those two could be healthy, you would have you have 2 front court members that you would have to pray stay healthy. That would be crazy. You know, AD, there's no guarantee he'll be on the court that long. There's no guarantee KP will be on the court that long. But I mean, that would definitely be a fun front court, you know. I mean, AD has already played with like a top big before next to him when he played with DeMarcus Cousins in New Orleans. And he said Nets won't take Russ and Nets got the upper hand on Kyrie since there aren't any good teams with cap space. Yeah, Woj already said, I believe, that any team that Kyrie kind of wants to go to, like, the Nets are going to need his help. The Nets are going to need, like, he's going to need the Nets' help to make it happen. Eric said the Lakers are stuck. NBA says sad there's only 1.5 million fans. Chevy said AD injury prone. So you would have people saying AD is injury prone. They already be calling AD street clothes. Then you would say KP injury prone. They call it, people say a unicorn because you barely see him. That'd be definitely be a very talented front court, but also potentially a very um injured front court. Um. Oh, I mean, you said Savage only 1.5 million Wizards fans. Where that stat at? Really? Eric said if they manage to move Westbrook and we can't even get a PG, that's crazy. Yeah, what I hope for, guys, and this is what I always hope for. Um, what I always hope for is for something to happen while I'm on stream, like the Wizards do something while I'm on stream, so I can actually like react to something live. I'll ask you guys this: do you think the Wizards do anything today? Do you think the Wizards make any moves today, or no? Another day goes by where it's pretty much another Wizards list day. The Wizards are interested in Tyus Jones, so they're interested in Monte Morris and Tyus Jones. Those are two guys that I kind of look at more as backups than like full-time starters. Still waiting to see what they do with this point guard stuff, man. And I don't know if they do anything today. NBA said Westbrook will make a shot in 2050. Kevin said, nah, not until Thursday when my phone blows up. Yeah, I'm like, it's just... I don't know. I just... It's so many things that is just... I'm over it, kind of. I'm just over it, and I want to just know what happens. I'm over the Bills situation and just all the back and forth on that. I'm over the Wizards, this veteran point guard search. I don't know what they're planning to do. I just don't. I would like to find out because I have no idea what their plan is. I have no idea what path they're on right now. I have no idea if the Wizards are planning to really be aggressive or if they're just like chilling really. Because we were told that the Wizards are, looking to be aggressive, looking to trade, checking in on guys. And then ultimately they've just done absolutely nada, which is what the Wizards typically do, absolutely nada. And just, I guess, chill, But it's still time, Free agency ain't start yet. Teams are still talking. Assets still getting moved around. Blah, blah, blah. Cap space is a thing. Everything, all this is a thing. I guess it all does take time. I guess it's just more boring than anything. I'm ready to see some action. I'm ready to see some action. Maybe that's why. Eric said, "Now the only best news that could happen is John Wall getting bought out." Kevin said, "Do you want Bill to leave or rebuild around Kuz, Davis, and KP?" NBA said, "The Wizards will make a move in 2080." If the Wizards trade Bill, then they're going to trade everybody else. Like, they're not going to build around anybody. If they trade Bill, that means they're blowing it up. Bill's their number one guy. If you trade your number one guy, you're not going to build around a bunch of 2/3 guys. If Bradley Beal moves, then KP may still be here, but I don't think they'll re-sign him. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I think if Brad leaves, then I think Kuz is going to be on the way out. I think KCP is going to be on the way out. I think KP probably would want to leave. I don't know if he would return, especially I don't know what kind of season he'll have. But yeah, if Brad's gone, the Wizards are officially in rebuild stage. Like, they're not going to build around Kuzma. They're not going to build around... I don't know if they'll build around KP. I don't think they would. I wouldn't want to build around KP either. Just trade him too. Just not trade him. But if he were to opt out, just let him go. And then be trash and rebuild. And start this thing over, which is long overdue. Kevin said Wizards at their finals always capping about improving the team. Yeah, it's looking like Cap right now, man. We'll still see what they do if they'll have a dry off season, some like mid-level type stuff. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. There's still so many questions with this team. Like, the draft was just like the start of everything, but there's still so many questions. The first question got answered. What will the Wizards do with their 10th overall pick in the draft? Would they trade it to get a veteran point guard? Would they move up to get Jaden Ivey? Or would they keep it and just draft? We answered that question. They kept it and just drafted. Now, the next question. There's a couple questions. How does Bradley Beal feel about what the Wizards did? Did it sway his mind? Did they know they were just going to pick Johnny? Did he know that already? Did that sway Brad's mind in any way from one way to the other? Also, what are the Wizards going to do with a veteran point guard at that spot? What are they going to do for their starter and backup? Because right now you only got Ish. So those are our next questions that we have to answer. Merrill, he said Draymond got traded. I don't know where you heard that. Or no. I'm pretty sure no. That would be pretty weird. Eric, you said, which is why they shouldn't trade away their future yet until Bill finally makes up his mind. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on with Bill. I still think he leans towards re-signing, but I just need things to be official by now. I just need things to hurry up and get official, man. I'm tired of waiting. Aaron, you said those meaningless wins at the end of the season really hurt us. Imagine having Ivy right now. Much, much better. Yeah. I would have loved Ivy. But, Johnny Davis is cool. Johnny Davis is definitely cool. NBA said Johnny Davis would be a best if we rebuild. Rebuilding always definitely helps as far as, like, your young guys getting the most possible playing time, the most opportunity, not really anything stressful. You're probably going to be a losing team, a lottery team. You just really try to develop your guys. Eric said we got a good pick though. Yeah, Johnny's a good pick. I say Johnny's a good pick, but my issue with it is I still don't know the direction the Wizards are going. Like, they drafted Johnny Davis, who I like, but I still have no idea what direction the Wizards are going in. I have no idea what direction they're choosing to go. Because, like, drafting at 10 and drafting Johnny Davis was just like a pretty, middle of the fence move. It was just like, we'll just take what's there for us at 10 and whatever. So I still don't really have like a viewpoint of, I really don't have a viewpoint of what the Wizards are trying to do. Like, are they trying to be aggressive and build a legitimate contender? Or are they just, like, I don't know, trying to... I have no clue. I just have no clue what the Wizards front office philosophy is. I have no idea. I have no idea what the Wizards' philosophy is right now, what their front office philosophy is. Like, what is their plan? What do you guys think their plan is? Like, is it to be aggressive? Is it to just be safe? Is it, like, they think they want to be aggressive until they actually got to really get aggressive, and then they're like, yeah, this ain't the life for me. I just don't get what the Wizards' plan is, what their philosophy is. It's like they haven't really picked a side. Like, staying at 10 and drafted Johnny was a pretty safe thing to do. But they swear they want to try to build a contender and be aggressive and make some trades. I mean, until further notice, I have no idea what the Wizards' philosophy and their offseason idea is. Maybe it all just depends on Bill, but aren't they supposed to be trying to like show Bill what they're trying to do to entice him? I have no clue. Like staying at 10 and drafting Johnny, who I like, it was cool, but it was very safe. Kevin said, I agree with you, NBA line. I see Davis becoming the Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker. Kevin said, speaking of Mitchell, what if we trade the house to bring him since Jazz might blow it up? Mitchell said he wanted to go to, I know he was looking at like New York. I know he wants to go to a big market team. They said like a while ago, like he wanted to go to a bigger market team, which the Wizards aren't. And that would be kind of weird unless, I don't know. I don't think Donovan would want to come here because one, why would he be here and they have him and Brad who play the same position and both like that wouldn't make any sense logically for him to come and Bill be here. And if like let's say Bill leaves, why would Donovan Mitchell want to come here and be on a worse team than his Utah Jazz? The Wizards are in a worse position than Utah. I would rather want to stay in Utah where at least I'm guaranteed playoffs and not a play-in spot rather than come to Washington and be losing probably. Or be fighting for play-in in the East. That would be a downgrade if in my mind, if I'm Donovan Mitchell. You know, at least New York, they're New York. You know what I mean? They have big media. They have guys will want to come there if they see what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like Donovan goes to New York. People want to play in New York. He can get people to come to New York. People want to play in New York. Donovan comes to DC. Who wants to come to DC? You know, so I mean, like Knicks, you could say is a downgrade too, but at least like they're a destination. Like guys think about New York. You know, Mecca of basketball. You know, if KD went to the Knicks, people will be ready to go to the Knicks. It's New York. Chippy said, we not doing anything. This is it. Or maybe Danny Rui for a trade. Brandy said, do you really want to see a Bill Mitchell backcourt? Because I don't. Yeah, I just think that fit would be nasty. Like, even if Bill's at the 1, Mitchell's at the 2, I think that's nasty. Mitch at the 1, Brad, that's nasty. Like, both of those guys need to be at the 2 focused on getting buckets. Like, that's their role. Neither of them need to be worried about truly facilitating and truly trying to get their guys open and whatnot. And they need to be focused strictly on getting buckets. That's what they're best at, getting buckets. Eric said, wholeheartedly, what do we actually need to win a chip? I think it's Wall on a buyout and trading away Rui Kispert and picks for KD. Wall, Bill, KD, Kuz, Porzingis, JD, KCP, Denny, Gaff. Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm sad I have to keep saying it. Kevin Durant will never play in Washington. Kevin Durant will never decide to play in Washington. He will never decide to play in Washington. Because he didn't choose to play in Washington when the Wizards were actually had hope, when the franchise actually had a future, when they actually had a young Brad, they had a young John, they were on the up, they were an exciting young team. Now the Wizards are in cap hell. They're about to sign a dude to a max. They fight for the play-in every single year. Their record the last couple of years has completely sucked. And KD just doesn't want to play in DC. He just never wanted to play in DC. He didn't even give the guys a meeting. I don't know why KD would deny the Wizards when they had hope, but not deny them when they're in a worse spot. They're worse than they were back then when he was a free agent before he went to the Warriors. The Wizards were in a better spot when he was about to go to the Warriors. Now the Wizards are in a worse spot with no future in sight of their plan, and he will go there now when he's getting old and older. That would make no sense. He's trying to win championships. And the Wizards aren't the kind of organization that are known for championships. Kevin said Mitchell can play the 1 and Bill at the 2 or vice versa. Yeah, that's nasty. Jay, what's going on? He said I'm good with two first round picks. Keep it Kuzma, Diddy, KP, and Davis. So stretching for a 3 is 3 pick is alright. Cause it may 3 draft anyway to find a Murray. So let's do it. Bees knees, what's going on? He says, is this actually a rumor? Are we trading for Mitchell? Please tell me now. No, it's not a rumor. The Wizards are not trading. Nor is Donovan Mitchell interested in playing for the Wizards. Nor is he interested in playing for the Wizards. NBA, he said the Wizards are worth a bag of chips. That's factual. What kind are we talking? We talking about Utz? We talking about Lay's? We talking about Doritos? We talking about smart food popcorn? Brandy said, I just really hate the front office just making Bill have so much control. The fact that they're treating him like a king and we're a few days away from free agency, he still is playing these games on if he's staying. I mean, I think it is like it's a play on Brad, like trying to also get the Wizards to like do something. I think he's using this as like his way of trying to get the Wizards to legitimately, like, I don't know, pick a side, get aggressive. So he's trying to hold that over their heads because he doesn't want to commit and they don't do anything. So they kind of want him to, I don't know, man. The Wizards are an enigma. They're an enigma. Eric, you said, so if KD ain't coming, what do? We're stuck. We don't have a Giannis stopper. We don't have a team defense /score to offset that. What do the Wizards do, man? Continue to be average team. Continue to be just middle of the pack. Like, where they at in the power rankings? The Washington Wizards are 21 in the power rankings. The Wizards are a 21 type of organization. You know, they're not at the bottom, but they're not at the top. They're right there at 21, where they're currently ranked on Bleacher Report in the power rankings. 21. They're a 21 type of organization. Not terrible, not good, just in the middle. Not good enough to be top 5 not bad enough, I should say. Not bad enough to be top 3, top 5 in the NBA lottery, but also not good enough to, you know, to make at least the second round right now. At least, like they used to. At least make the second round. You know? And you know what makes me angry? You know what really makes me angry? When the Wizards were actually like a second round max team, where like we were capped out of the second round. You know, we used to win. They would get to the playoffs. They would win the first round. We get to the second round, and we would lose in the second round. So naturally, as a front office, you would think, okay, we got Bill, we got Wall, we got Otto. That's cool, but it ain't getting us nowhere right now. We capped out of the second round. We capped out at the second round. What should we do? What should we do? You know what the Wizards did? Absolutely nothing. They ended up maxing Otto Porter. They didn't try to trade for anybody else. You know, there were stars out there. Why not try to make a push for DeMarcus Cousins? Why not try to make a push for Paul George? Like John Wall asked. Said we need, you know, a Paul George type of guy. You know what Ted did? Ted said, man, we got enough. We got our own little big 3 right here in Wall, Bill, and Porter. Bro, Wall, Bill, and Porter ain't a championship big 3, man. It ain't a championship big 3. They traded for Gortat. They traded for Markieff Morris. That's cool and dandy. They traded for some decent role players. The Wizards never traded for another star. They never traded for another star. They traded for role players. And we saw what the potential was, the max potential of that. It was the second round. So naturally, what does any smart front office do? They make a big move. They find a star that teams say, you know, we may be looking to get rid of. He may be disgruntled. And you bring him in. You added DeMarcus Cousins to the team, who was one of the big, if not the best center in the NBA at the time. You bring in a Paul George type of guy. You make him your 3. You got Wall, Bill, Paul George. You got Wall, Bill, DeMarcus Cousins. Sacramento Kings DeMarcus Cousins. But no. We wanted to stick it out with Wall, Bill, and Otto as our main 3 and fill them around, surround them with role players, when we all know that Wall, Bill, and Otto wasn't a championship big 3. They were capped out in the second round. And the Wizards refused to make any move to improve upon that. They failed. They failed John. They failed Brad. Continue to fail Brad. And they failed the Washington Wizards fan base. They failed us. They completely failed us. The Wizards had their opportunity to do something with this team, to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We saw them cap out. And they did nothing. They did nothing to get over the hump. You see teams all the time make moves, make big moves to try to get over that hump. Wizards never did, man. They never did. They never did. And that's my problem with the Wizards, man. They so passive. They always want to just stay the course. Go with the straight and narrow. Like, no, man. It's pathetic. And this is why they forever average and mid franchise. Because they never take the risk. They never want to make the big move. They should have made the big move back in 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. They should have been making moves. Big moves, man. Markieff Morris was cool. Marcin Gortat was cool. You needed something more. You needed a player bigger. Why are fans wanting DeMarcus Cousins on the team and you don't want DeMarcus Cousins on the team? Why is John Wall wanting DeMarcus Cousins on the team and you don't want DeMarcus Cousins on the team? Why are fans always asking for the right moves, but the Wizards front office never want to make the big moves? People were clamoring for hashtag DC to DC. You don't think fans would have wanted a Paul George? Or at least to see that the Wizards really were trying real hard to pursue another all-star caliber player? When you saw your team kept losing in the second round, but they were close? They were close. What did the Wizards do? Absolutely nothing. They continue to surround the team with nothing but role players. They signed Otto Porter to a max contract. Bad move, number one. They went on to just sign bad free agents, draft bad draft picks. They signed Andrew Nicholson. They signed Ian Mahinmi. They drafted Troy Brown Jr. They drafted Kelly Oubre. They did nothing but make L after L after L decision. And look at us now. It's 2022. We're looking at Bradley Beal, who they still can't build a decent team around. And now we're about to max Bradley Beal with no plan for competing in sight. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why are fans clamoring for you to get superstars, for you to get star players to add on to John and Brad, who we know is young, active, the fan base is hype. We close. We close. Fans calling for the right kind of guys. But the Wizards front office, they don't want to oblige. They want to stay the course. Because Otto, Bill, and Wall is the big 3. They can get it done. Come on, man. Get real, bro. You got a bunch of delusional dudes in the Wizards front office. You got a bunch of delusional men. And they still delusional. You still got a bunch of delusional men in that Wizards front office. Because all they care about is ticket sales and revenue. And not putting on a legitimate product for their fans. Feel bad for them season ticket holders, man. They deserve better. They deserve better. Everybody deserves better. We all deserve better in this chat. We deserve an actual legitimate product, man. Why are we always clamoring for the Dejounte Murrays, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders of the world? But the Wizards the price is always too steep. It's always too steep. They just always stay in the course, man. Why are we asking for a Paul George back then? Why are we asking for a DeMarcus Cousins back then? But the Wizards want to stay the course, man. They want to stay the course. It's pathetic, man. And that's how you end up in purgatory. Bad free agencies, bad draft picks, never really taking a risk, and trying to add that next star to add to John and Brad. Come on, man. It's pathetic, bro. It's freaking pathetic. And it makes me angry. Every time, and that's why I rant every time I talk about the Wizards in the past. It makes me rant because they did everything wrong. Like, if you wanted a textbook on what not to do with a franchise, look at what the Wizards did, bro. Look at this tweet from Draft Express back in 2015. John Wall is 24 years old. Bradley Beal and Otto Porter are only 21. Wizards fans have a lot to look forward to in the next few years. This is 2015, man. And then what happened? Tell me more. And then what happened, man? It's pathetic, man. How do you blow that? Look at that tweet, bro. John 24, Brad 21, Otto 21. And you blow it. You completely blow it. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. I'm so sick of this team, bro. Got me angry. I wasn't expecting to come on here angry. They got me mad, man. I'm so sick of this team, bro. I really am. My God, bro. This team makes me angry. That front office make me angry, bro. They make me so angry because they don't do anything right, bro. They don't do anything right. What do the Wizards front office do right? Why am I constantly seeing people in the chat and people on Twitter coming up with better ideas, making better decisions than the actual guys getting paid to do this? Why do I look at my chat? Why do I look on Twitter every time and I see decisions being made and I see ideas being thrown out there that are better than the guys who are getting paid millions of dollars to do this professionally? And I ain't saying it's easy, but I mean, my God, is it that hard? Come on, man. It can't be this hard. Y'all went to college to get business degrees and MBAs and whatnot, right? For all this. Right? Can't be this hard. My God. Just years and years of being mediocre. You know what the people think of when they think of the Washington Wizards franchise? They think of mid. They think of mid, bro. It's pathetic, man. And it annoys me so much. Anytime you talk to a fan who's not a fan of the Washington Wizards, it's like, oh, I'm a Washington Wizards fan. People will automatically feel sorry for you. It's like, man, dang. Y'all got it rough, bro. You talk to anybody in the media, you bring up the Washington Wizards. Average. These are the words associated with the Washington Wizards franchise. Average. Garbage. Mid-tier. Even below average. Redundant. It's pathetic, man. It's freaking pathetic. I'm just, I don't know. I've been going on with this rant for a little while, bro. The Wizards get me upset, bro, because they don't do anything right. And you look at what they do now. They don't ever pick a side. They always want to stay the course. Back when John was 24, Brad was 21, Otto was 21. Back when they had hope and they were upcoming and they were looked at as a young upcoming franchise, they did everything wrong. That led us to this moment right here. They didn't want to get aggressive when we were capped out at the second round every year. When they made the playoffs, they swept the Raptors. Made it to the second round, lows. When John got hurt against the Hawks and broke his hand. And a lot of us feel like they would have beat the Hawks if John never hurt himself. And they still competed in that series. and ultimately lost in the second round. Boston, game 7, second round, ultimately lost. You know, that Pacers series in the second round, ultimately lost. It's pathetic, man. They did nothing to build upon that. They did nothing to build upon that, bro. Absolutely nothing to build upon it. They just wanted to stay the course. They felt like what they were doing was good enough. They felt like a core of Bradley Beal, John Wall, and Otto Porter was a big three for some reason that was good enough to get over that second round hump. And they thought if they just surrounded them with decent enough role players that would be enough to get them over the second round hump. But when everybody and their mama knew that they needed another top tier player to get them over that hump. Everybody knows John Wall isn't a number one player on the championship team at that time when it was his team. He's not a number one guy on the championship squad. Bring in a DeMarcus Cousins. Try to get a Paul George. I mean, it's just, at least try. Like, really, really try. Really try. But no, they stayed the course. Wanted to stay there straight and narrow. They sucked their free agency. They sucked that drafting. Now he's sitting here in 2022 still wondering what the heck this team is doing. We still don't have a clue what this team is doing. They still have no direction. They're still directionless. But it don't matter because it's all about trying to get some revenue, trying to get some season ticket holders to renew their memberships. That's all that matters, man. This team is pathetic. This team is a joke. The front office is a joke. The ownership is a joke. And I'm tired of the fans having to deal with this mid-tier product year after year after year after year after year. Every year we got to look at who's in the lottery. Every year we got to pray and hit Tankathon up and hit simulate, hoping the Wizards drop into the top 4 in the lottery. I'm tired of this team being associated with mediocrity. I'm tired of this team being associated with it, man. They don't ever pick a lane. They don't ever say, all right, we about to rebuild. They don't ever say, all right, we about to really go in and try to compete. They just stay the course every single time. I'm so sick of it, bro. This team sucks. This front office sucks. They just suck. They all suck. Why am I seeing people in chat? Why am I seeing people on Twitter come up with more creative ideas, with better ideas than what the front office ultimately does? I mean, this team is supposed to be trying to build around Bradley Beal, but what the F have they done to show Bradley Beal that they're trying to build a legitimate contender? Absolutely nothing. What have they shown us, the fans, about building a good contender? They have done absolutely nothing. And every time they have an opportunity to do it, the price is too steep. All this. So, bro, I'd rather take a risk at this point than do the safe thing and stay the course and be average again. I'm so annoyed. And then I gotta hear the GM, whether it's Ernie, whether it's Tommy, talk BS in my ear. Talking about how they trying to build this and trying to build that. When we been garbage for like the last, 5 years. I'm just so tired of this team being associated with mediocrity. I mean, my God, man. I'm so sick of it. This front office is a joke. The fans deserve better. We all deserve a winning product. A consistent winning product. So sick of it, man. All these front offices is trying to get the next big piece. All these front offices is trying to get the next big thing. All these good front offices. What did the Golden State Warriors do after they blew that lead to Cleveland? They said, you know what? We got Steph. We got Clay. We got Draymond. I need KD. They said, I want KD, man. We need him. We talk about the Golden State Warriors, bro. They said, you know what? We need KD, man. I'm so, oh my God, this team makes me angry, bro. I mean, you look at the Heat, always trying to get a new star, always trying to get over that hump. I mean, it's just some front offices get it, some front office is okay with being average. The Wizards are a front office that's okay with being average. And that's what separates the Wizards from all these other top tier front offices. The Wizards are okay with being average. They're okay with being trash. They're okay with giving the fans a terrible product. They're okay with the arena being majority empty. And then the fans, some people want to crap on Wizards fans for not showing up or not being positive. What the heck do we have to be positive about? What do we have to be positive about, guys? All the optimism we create is because we just hope. We just hold on to that slim chance of hope that they give us something. Something, man. Because that's all we want. We want something to cheer about. I'm tired of being mad and ranting every single season. Saying, man, blow this team up. This team suck. Blow it up. Fire this. Fire that. Trade this person. Trade that person. I'm tired of doing it every single year, man. This team sucks. This team's average. This team will forever be in purgatory because they don't ever want to legitimately pick a side on if they want to start over or if they want to go all in. They forever want to stay the course. They forever want to not make a big move. And they want to talk to us about trying to build the best team possible. If you was trying to build the best team possible, you would have been already building the best team possible. This team right here and the teams in the past aren't the best teams possible at all. And I'm so sick of it. It pissed me off, man. And that's why I'm okay with giving up all these young guys and whatnot. Because I need the Wizards to show me that they are legitimately wanting to be aggressive and to build something. Do something that you usually don't do. Drafting 10, going into the season with your normal team. That's what you always do. And it's going to lead us to nothing. It's going to lead us to nothing. I don't think this team ain't a second round team right now. They're not a second round team. They not even out of the playing team yet. So I don't know. What did he give up for Butler, Eric? Let me see. This team makes me angry. Okay. Hassan Whiteside, it was a 4-team deal. Hassan Whiteside went to the Trailblazers. Josh Richardson went to the Sixers. Maurice Harkless and a future first-round pick went to the Clippers. And Myers Leonard went to the Heat. I mean, some teams just get it. Some front offices just get it. And some don't. The Wizards don't. And I don't know if they ever will. I just want to feel something, man. I just want to feel something more than despair and anger, you know? And just irritation with this team when it comes to this team. I want to feel something more than irritation, despair, and anger when it comes to the Washington Wizards. That's all I care about, bro. It's literally all I care about. Literally. My head hurt, man. My head hurt. I mean, you just talk about the garbage that happened, bro. The garbage. You know, because to go back to that tweet was in 2015, and then we ended up going into the free agency of 2016. I swear, bro. Oh, man. Because you know what they ended up doing? They didn't get KD. They ended up putting all their buckets in KD basket, who didn't give them a meeting. They signed Andrew Nicholson. They signed Ian Mahinmi, the tank commander. They did everything wrong. Then they had to trade their first round pick to get Bojan Bogdanovic and to get off of Andrew Nicholson's contract. And that first round draft pick ended up being Jared Allen, who turned out to be a very good center who they could currently use at the 5. It's just this team, they drafted Kelly Oubre, who they then ended up trading for an old Trevor Ariza. Oh, man. Like, this tweet really puts it in perspective for me to how bad the Wizards blew it. Like, they messed up so bad. They really did. Like, they really messed up bad. They got my head hurting. I'm dizzy. This team just brings the worst out of me. You know how some people bring the worst out of you? You like, you know, you feel like sometimes some certain people just bring the worst out. The Wizards bring the worst out of me. I swear to goodness. I swear to goodness they bring the worst out of me. Okay. Whew. Let me get back to the chat, man. Let me get back to y'all. Bees, you said Ernie for sure set us back. Not saying we have a chip, but I'm certain Tommy would have at least done something better than where we at now. Tommy walked into a completely horrible situation. And a lot of the blame goes on Ted, too. Ted, like, has a lot to deal with the Wizards being trash. Like, I don't know. The Capitals got them a chip. The Mystics got them a chip. Even the arena football team at the time or something, the Valor or somebody, they had one the chip over there. When it comes to them Wizards, though, ain't no way. I don't know what the man's mindset is. Maybe he thinks since this stuff worked with the women's basketball team and the hockey team that it'll work with the NBA team. But brother, you got to understand that these are completely different sports and completely different professions, and the landscapes are completely different and everything's completely different. So one way may work in another league, but it may not work in another league. You gotta, I don't know, maybe that's his thought. Like, I've done it with the Capitals. We was whatever. And before the Capitals won the Stanley Cup, the Capital was known for getting bounced, doing really good in the world. I mean, in the regular season, and then disappointing in the playoffs. They were known for that before they won the Stanley Cup. I mean, even in like the first round of in the Stanley Cup championship run, weren't they down like 2-0 to like the Avalanche or something, or the Blue Jackets, Columbus Blue Jackets, something like that? And people thought it was same old, but they ended up coming back. I don't know. Tay get a lot of blame too. I don't care what he did in other professions. I don't care what he did in the NBA, WNBA, or the NHL. I'm talking about the NBA, bro. NBA ain't the NHL or the WNBA, or the Arena Football League, or Wizards District Gaming. This ain't the 2K League. You right, Ron. Wizards District's got them a chip. They may be one of the best. They may be one of the best 2K E-League teams of all time since they've started. Everybody but the Wizards, bro. You got to take a different approach when it comes to the Wizards and the NBA, obviously. NBA ain't NHL, it ain't WNBA, it ain't the 2K League, brother. You got to switch it up. You got to do something different. Whatever philosophies you using for these teams is not working on your NBA team. So that means you got to switch it up because it ain't working. Whatever philosophy you're using, you got to switch it up. Jay said that's what Trevor Ariza was for. BZ said, bro, why do they love Ariza so much? BZ said that's our big off-season move, bringing in Ariza for the 1,000th time. Van, you said 100% correct. Dex, you said, crying emoji. Mo, you said he think he can save Bill with Chris Dunn. Cringe. Talk to him, Mo. But he said, why did they hire a rookie coach on the team that they're trying to win now with so they can keep Bradley? But I mean, I don't know. Wizards are weird, bro. They're weird. They're a weird team. Kevin said, I hope they don't think KP is going to play like Joel Embiid this year. Kevin said, amen, brothers, speak the gospel, D. Jay said, the crazy part is we have assets to get a top-tier player next to Bill, but don't want to do it. Eric, you said, what did the Heat give up of us? Butler, I went back and looked at that. Van, you said, the Wizards have excellent young talent that they are not going to be able to re-sign because of Bill's horrible contract. Kevin said, facts. Said, Kevin, I felt better. It feels better that all that anger out, D. Better for the soul. Brandy said, can't believe I'm jealous of the Pistons. This is how poverty this franchise is. I wish we had a Cade Ivy backcourt, man. Eric, he said, I'm in the mood for another Twitter space. Rice says, trash as we've been, I'll still take being a Wizards fan over Kings fan. Oh yeah, I'll still take being a Wizards fan over a Kings fan for sure. That's one of the franchises that's de facto below the Wizards, 100%. Brandy said, "Tell me he's convinced Bill's his Ovechkin. He's effing clueless. Ovi's an all-time great. Like, bro, the Mystics life changed when they got Deladon, who was like one of the best players in the league, I believe. The Capitals, they always had Ovechkin and Backstrom. Ovechkin being a Hall of Famer, de facto one of the possible GOATs of that sport. And adding them with Backstrom, you had your really good 1 and 2, but you had Ovechkin, a generational player. Mystics, you got EDD, a really, really top-notch player. The 2K Gaming League, I don't know. I don't watch. But once again, this ain't the Wizards, man. These people ain't the Wizards. What you're doing with these other organizations and Monumental is not what you're doing with the Washington Wizards. What's happening with the Wizards is a monumental travesty. Kevin said, let's start a higher D for Wizards GM petition. Kevin, I don't want nothing to do with that Wizards GM spot. Because you want to know why I don't want nothing to do with that GM spot? Because Ted going to be in my ear telling me what I can't do / shouldn't do / what he wants the team to do. And it's going to piss me off. Because I'm going to start getting chewed out by y'all. Because I'm going to be doing the same things as Tommy. Being mid. Because I don't got no choice. I don't want nothing to do with being a GM under Ted Leonsis. I'm good, man. I'm good. Take all the heat. Because I got to go by what his game plan is. And how he wants things to be ran in totality. Eric, he said, I'll be honest, I don't even want to chip. I just want to go to a game where LeBron's playing against us. We outnumber his fans. And we have a low-ass atmosphere with exciting players. Lit-ass atmosphere. And you know what? I don't know when we'll ever have that. You know? No, like, come on, bro. You can't talk about, come out and support our home crowd. Our seats looking a little empty from TV. Our seats looking empty. They looking empty because of the Wizards front office and their decisions. They made those seats be empty. They made that choice by years and years of average and mediocre decision making. They made Wizards fans' choice easy. Come on, man. Put a consistent winning product on the floor and fans will be up in there. You telling me what's the difference between the Capitals games and the Wizards games? I'm pretty sure it's the same fan base. I'm pretty sure, it's the same arena. So what's the big difference? Why is one team arena empty and the other is packed out every game? Generational player, yes. But this team is going to be playoff ready, playoff bound almost every single season. You know what you're getting with the Capitals. You have no idea what you're getting with the Wizards. No idea. You have no idea what you're getting with the Wizards. You know what you're about to get out of the Capitals. You're going to get you a decent regular season. The playoffs, who knows? But you're going to get there. Wizards, you have no idea, bro. You have no idea. Chip, he said, it is what it is. Wizards family be the underdogs. One wishing, believing, and hope fans. Want to start, we will have to go kidnap them, zip ties and all. Kevin, he said, tell Ted to go back to his mansion and let's run the best for his team. Everything Ted touches dies. Right, he said 16, 17 season, them seats wasn't empty. Kevin said, I've been to Capitals game. It was lit in a full house. Only time it was full when Curry and LeBron come to town. Yeah. Only time seats is really like packed in the Cap One Center for a Wizards game is LeBron in town. And, it's like an away game almost. Warriors in town, almost an away game. Pretty much an away game, not almost. LeBron is an away game pretty much in DC. Warriors is an away game in DC. 76ers is pretty much an away game in DC almost. You hear those chants. Boston, same. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And players cannot like it all they want, but at the end of the day, blame your front office, and blame your GM, and blame your owner of the team. That's their fault, not the fans. Fans don't got no blame for the trash product that y'all put out on the court consistently, man. It's pathetic. Legitimately pathetic. And sickening. Whew, I did not expect to come on here and rant about these Wizards, man, and their averageness. But here we are. But it's facts, though. It's facts, though. It's just facts. Okay, hold on. 2 hours ago. I didn't even see this, y'all. I didn't even see this. According to Quentin, he said Bill is truly undecided about his future in DC. He said, I think watching Boston get to the NBA Finals and then seeing a guy like Jason Tatum, who was this young bull playing at the highest level, that did something to him. Bro, I mean, I don't know. I don't care. Then go. I mean, force us into this rebuild. I don't know. I'm over it, bro. I don't care. I don't care. I don't see a future for this team that ends in anything being serious. I'm over it, bro. The Wizards are annoying. I'm just tired of all these, like, reports and everything, bro. I'm over it, bro. I'm just legitimately over it. I don't care, man. I don't care. Like, oh, Lord, bro, I tell you. I just... Boston also has a good front office, too. That's a big difference between the Wizards and the Celtics. Like, Boston has a legitimate front office. The Wizards are a joke. I'm over it. I'm just over all the rumors. I'm over all the BS. Just, man, hey. But, hey, the Wizards swear that they can convince Brad. That's what they've been trying to do this whole time, is convince Brad. What kind of convincing that is? What world and this is convincing Brad in their eyes. I have no freaking clue. In what world? I don't know. The Wizards live in a fantasy world, bro. They live in a fantasy world, man. They live in a fantasy world, and I'm just sick of it. I don't know what this team's plan is, bro. I don't. There's just so many question marks. Everything's so much up in the air. I mean, I'm just tired of it, bro. I didn't even tweet my stream out. I'm BSing. I gotta tweet my stream out because I gotta tell the people that I'm ranting right now because I'm irritated. So let me share my stream on Twitter because I'm telling you, I won't put my hands on somebody because I'm tired of this team. And they've caused me so much stress and duress, and they caused everybody in here so much stress and duress that, I mean, it's just irritating. Like, the Bradley Beal thing is irritating me. It's pissing me off. All the back and forth is just pissing me off. The Wizards feeling like, I don't know. This must be, if this is their version of, convincing somebody that they're building a contender, then they're psychopaths and even more delusional than I thought. Like, let's be real. If you guys were in Bradley Beal's position and they said, okay, we're building a contender around you. We're looking to build a contender. Do you guys feel like the Wizards have done their all to build a contender around you? Do you feel like what the Wizards have done up to this point, do you feel like that has been doing their damnedest to build a legitimate contender around you? because I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I wouldn't be feeling like I'm much more of a contender. When I look at these Eastern Conference teams, when I look at the Eastern Conference teams, are we better than the Miami Heat? No. Are we better than the Boston Celtics? No. Are we better than the Milwaukee Bucks? No. Are we better than the Philadelphia 76ers? No. Are we even better than the Raptors? It's a very possibility that we aren't. Are we better than the Chicago Bulls? No. Um, don't know what's going on with the Nets. That's 6 teams that I feel confident saying, are we better than the Hawks? Don't know if we'll be better than the Hawks. Are we going to be better than the Cavaliers when they're fully healthy again? Don't know. I'm just so, this team is making me angry. Dobbins, man, I'm just irritated. I've been ranting about the pathetic nature of this franchise. I've been ranting about how they blew it back when John and Brad was young because they wanted to stay the course and they didn't want to take a risk. And then we ended up having terrible free agencies, terrible drafts, and now we're here in 2022 being mid again, being average again, having no clue again what this team's plan is, what this team's direction is, and we're all just hoping. We're all going off hope. We're all going off hope. We have no idea how this team is going to play next season. We have no idea if they even want to be aggressive right now. The Wizards say they want to be aggressive and they want to build a contender. They've done absolutely nothing to do that this offseason. I mean, the offseason free agency technically hasn't started, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it wouldn't really be through free agency. There's not the free agent market this season sucks. So, I don't know if they're planning on trading. I don't know, man. The Wizards just make me angry. They make me angry. You said, I think the year we got Austin Rivers, Dwight, Jeff Green, etc. was a strong effort, free agent effort. This is my thing with that, Dobbin. The Wizards' view of being aggressive in free agency, etc. is getting a bunch of role players. A bunch of role players. When I was talking about the Wizards back when I showed this tweet, back from 2015, talking about John Wall being 24, Brad being 21, Otto being 21, and the Wizards were on the up, but they were capping out in the second round. I was talking about how the Wizards did absolutely nothing to capitalize and get over that second round hump because Ted and company felt like staying the course. They felt like Otto, Brad, and John was their big three that can do it, and they did nothing but just surround them with role players. They surrounded them with Markieff. They surrounded them with Marcin. They surround people with Jeff Green, Austin Rivers, Dwight Howard, who butt cheeks was hurting too bad to step on the court consistently and couldn't move. They never got a star player. They never added to John and Brad. They just wanted to stick with, they just, I don't know what made them think that John, Otto, and Brad surrounded by role players was good enough when they constantly was told over and over again that second round was your max. And they continue to do nothing but just surround the team with role players. Like, bro, they need a star. They need another star. Go make a move for another star. All these role players don't mean anything. We don't have a good enough team. They felt like these role players could boost them up to the next level. No. The role players don't boost your ceiling. The role players boost your floor. Those role players never boosted the Wizards' ceiling. They boosted their floor. A star boosts your ceiling. Instead of trading Otto Porter, like I said back then, and maybe for DeMarcus Cousins, who we was clamoring for with the Kings, or Paul George, who Joel Wall had brought up in the past, we maxed Otto Porter like idiots. Even in the KD free agency, when they didn't get an interview, they signed Ian Mahinmi. They signed Andrew Nicholson. They drafted Kelly Oubre, who they then traded for an older Trevor Ariza. They traded Troy Brown Jr. 2 trades, trash. 2 draft picks, trash. Free agent moves, trash. Had to trade a first to get off Andrew Nicholson's contract to get Bogdanovich, who ended up being Jared Allen, who the Wizards could use. But I digress, bro. I digress. Ooh. Chip, you said let him go to the best offer. Kevin, you said please Lord have mercy. Let's tank for Victor from France because they calling him the next Giannis. Eric, you said I went to a Houston game and mother truckers came out the woodworks and Rocket Apparel. Brady said the convincing they're doing is that 250 mil M's. Yeah, I mean that's all the convincing really there is the 250 M's, bro. Ain't nothing else they're doing to convince. All it is them 250 M's like you just said. Kevin said, nope, I'm going to Philly with 2 legit stars. Reddy said, if I'm in Bill's position, I'm taking that money. Can't blame him, to be honest. It's front office and ownership's fault. Yeah. Mackie, you said team needs a cultural reset. They've a reset of this team has been long overdue. It's been long overdue. They reset it from the Gilbert Arenas era. They had hope. You know, they rebuilt it. They started over, erased all the bad stuff from the Gilbert Arenas era. They started over, got themselves lucky, got the first round pick, and got John, got your face in the franchise, got Brad. They blew it in between there, you know, before Brad, you know, with Jan and Chris Singleton, but they got Brad. And they built that thing back up to where it was respectable enough to build in a contender. Their issue was they felt like John and Brad and Otto was good enough to, if you surrounded them with the right role players, that would boost them up to the conference finals. They were wrong, and they never learned from that. That 3 they had wasn't good enough, but they thought it was. And they thought the role players could boost it up to a new level. It couldn't. That big 3 was maxed out. They should have got rid of Otto. They should have got rid of whoever else, whether it was Marcin or Markieff or whoever else, and they should have brought in another legitimate star to legitimately boost them up to that next level to get them into that conference finals and get them a legitimate shot at getting to the NBA finals. But they never did that. They blew it. Ernie and Ted blew it. Major, you said no coaching or leadership on that team, though. Everybody was playing for themselves. That team was a mess. That team right there was a mess. Eric said, but Bill going to that team and then giving up, what makes that team doesn't make them better? Major says, as far as Dejounte, I would make that trade immediately. And, you know, people may look at me crazy and say, you giving up 3 firsts for Dejounte? He's not even worth. Bro, I just want the Wizards to do something that's risky for a star player. I'm tired of these Monte Morris, Tyus Jones-ass moves, man. I'm just so tired of it, bro. I'm tired of these mid-tier level moves. I'm tired of these backup guy moves. I want a guy who's an all-star, bro. Who's a star, who's young, who's fresh, who's exciting. Monte Morris don't do it for me. You know, unless it's in a backup role. Tyus Jones, that's cool. Malcolm Brogdon, that don't do it for me, man. Give me a Dejounte Murray. Give me a Shea Alexander. You got to give up some assets. You got to take some risks. Show me that you serious about building something, bro. Because if you just go in, get some backup guys, some Monte Morrises, whatever, and leave it at that, that show me all I need to know, bro. That tell me all I need to know about your direction. You're not serious. You're not serious. In my opinion. Kevin said, hell no, Dwight only played 9 games and Rivers was trash. Agree was cool, but that it. Mackie said, even if it didn't work out, I'm happy we traded for Westbrook because it was at least some strong attempt at getting better. And they only traded for Westbrook, one, because that was the only player that they could trade, like legitimate player that they could trade for John Wall and his contract. They weren't even planning on trading John Wall before that video of the gang signs leaked. They were just about to, you know, he was coming back finally. He was going to play with Brad. But then the gang sign video came out. Ted was already irritated with him, was already kind of over him. And then, I mean, with John's contract, you weren't really getting any real value out of it. Only thing that fit was Russell. So they ended up going with Russell. I mean, that wasn't a trade because of it was being aggressive to try to win. John Wall was coming back that year. You traded a point guard for a point guard. That's how you know that trade wasn't like a planned trade. That trade rumor only sparked after that video dropped to John, the gang signs. That video dropped, now all of a sudden you're looking at John Wall rumored to get traded for Russell Westbrook out of Houston. Because Houston was done. Well, he was done with Houston. Houston was ready to move on as well. Brandon, you said their view of being aggressive is getting big names past their prime. Eric, you said I'm going to buy courtside tickets to the game, whatever team KD ends up being on, just so you can yell, just so I can yell at him the whole time. I would love some courtside tickets. I don't got the money for no courtside tickets. I do not have any money for no courtside tickets, man. Also, there's 30 of you guys in here. Appreciate you guys being in here. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video for your boy. If you want to become a channel member, please make sure you click the link that I have in the pinned comment in the chat. That will lead you to the membership page so you can join if you would like. Or if you want to send me a super chat and support in that way and donate to the cause, you can do that as well. But I appreciate you all you guys being in here and listening to me rant and sulk and be angry over these Wizards and be irritated over these Bradley Beal reports. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Make sure you say, you know who I blame, Otto Porter. We gave him All-Star buddy. Ultimately, that's on Ted and Ernie too. Make sure you say Otto Porter is the role player and we were confident with him at the starting spot, seeing how the Warriors use him. Like, Otto Porter was like the fifth option on that team, fourth option on that team. No, you know what I mean? Like, Wizards was using Otto as like the third guy. He was the third best player on the team. Warriors, you had Steph, you had Clay, you had Draymond, you had Aaron Wiggins. Shoot, you had Jordan Poole. He was like the sixth option on that team. He was like the sixth best player on that team, even though he was starting. He was like the sixth option, really. And on the Wizards, he was the third option. Come on, man. Terrible. The Wizards overvalue all of their players. Like, they overvalue all of their players. If John Wall was to be traded at the time of his peak to another team, he would probably have been the second best player on that team, maybe third best player on that team. If Bradley Beal were to get traded to a different team, he would probably be the second best player on that team, maybe the third best player on that team, depending on who he went to. On the Wizards, they're the best player on the team. Otto Porter maybe is like the fifth or sixth best player on that team. On the Wizards, you're the third best player on that team. Why is the evaluation of these players on the Wizards so different from the evaluation of these players from different teams? Why do different teams want to use Brad as a second, third option, but the Wizards want to use Brad as a one option? Why does John Wall, he would be used as a second, third option, but on the Wizards, he's a one option? Why is Otto Porter a three option on the Wizards, what will be a 5-6 option on a different team? I don't get it. Is my camera still gone, Liam? Am I good now?
It's time.
I'm cool. Just looked at my stream. Okay. I just don't understand it, man. I don't understand it and my head hurts. I don't understand it and my head hurts, man. Liam said, please do Wizards, please. Hanky said, I'm going to be honest, this is not a reset. All we do is draft players. Man, if the Wizards were really serious about a reset, they would have traded Brad at his peak value and they would have started over, man. Because you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The New Orleans Pelicans have lapped the Wizards. The New Orleans Pelicans traded Anthony Davis. They traded Anthony Davis. They got Brandon Ingram. They got Lonzo Ball. They got Josh Hart. They ended up moving on from Lonzo, moving on from Josh Hart, keeping Brandon Ingram. They got lucky, got the number 1 pick in the draft. It's crazy. The Wizards got lapped by the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been lapped by the Pelicans. They got lapped by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers completely lapped the Wizards. Completely. All these teams that used to be worse than the Wizards have completely lapped them now. And they all rebuilded and start over. I said start over. And started over. You know what the Wizards did? The Wizards, I mean, they stayed the course and tried to fight. They stayed the course and tried to fight, the good fight. While we looked at Cleveland before they started getting beat up with all kinds of injuries, Cleveland was like a top 4 team when they were all healthy. Before Rubio went down, before Sexton went down, before Jared Allen went down, and they started just getting beat up and naturally just fell down. Cleveland completely lapped the Wizards. Minnesota built them a nice little squad. Completely lapped the Wizards. Pelicans, after trading AD, better than the Wizards, man. It's crazy. And you know what? The Wizards keep messing around. Detroit gonna be on their tail. They messing around. They gonna mess around and Detroit gonna be on their tail now. Keep playing. They can keep playing if they want to. Pacers gonna end up being on their tail. Keep messing around. Keep messing around. Like, I mean, it's crazy, man. It really is. It really is. Hawks lapped the Wizards. It's just so many teams just got so better than the Wizards while the Wizards, and they all like really started over, you know? While the Wizards just tried to stay the course, do this like, we're trying to compete, we won't tank, and they did all this 8th seed BS, all this 8th seed garbage. And all these teams who used to be beneath them ended up being better than them. They ended up being better than them. It's sad, man. It's really sad. Like, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. This is 2018, 2019. Like, this is what? This is 2017, 2018, which is with the 8th seed. They all lost to the Raptors. This is the John Wall, whatever. They lost in 6. I believe they lost in 6. 2018-19. Wizards were the 11th seed. Hawks were behind them. The Hawks in 2018-19, the Hawks were 29-53. They were lower than the Wizards. The Chicago Bulls were 22-60. The Cleveland Cavaliers were 19-63. The New York Knicks were 17-65. Back in 2018-2019. We go to 2019-2020. The Wizards. Bulls still behind them. Knicks still behind them. Hawks still behind them. Cleveland still behind them. You look at the Pelicans. Trash. You look at the Timberwolves. Trash. Okay. You go up to 2021. Bam. Hawks the 5th seed. Knicks the 4th seed. Cleveland still down there. It's terrible. Wizards, where the Wizards at? Wizards, 8th seed. They got their little playoff spot. Got done up. Did them in sweep by the 76ers. Hawks, better than the Wizards. Cleveland, better than the Wizards. Bulls, better than the Wizards. It's sad. Pelicans, better than the Wizards. Timberwolves, better than the Wizards. I mean, it's sad. These teams get better as the years got on. And the Wizards hanging around. Wizards just hanging around. 8th seed. 11th seed. 9th seed. 8th seed. 12th seed. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Why? 12th seed, 11th seed, 8th seed, 9th seed, 8th seed, 12th seed. What are we doing, man? The Wizards should have been blew this up, bro. Like, what are we doing? We're just sitting around and floating at the bottom of the standings. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. I don't know what the Wizards are trying to do. We're just floating at the bottom of the standings, bro. All while we have a star on the team who's about to get a max. But in the last however many years, after John Wall went down, we've just been floating at the bottom of the league. I mean, it's pathetic, man. It's so garbage. It's so bad. You said LMAO, I just noticed that there's so many rebuilding teams better than us now. So I don't understand why the Wizards took Johnny Davis when you want Bill to stay. Like, and it's like, I'm cool with Johnny Davis. I like Johnny Davis. I really like Johnny Davis. But brother, if you wanted to compete, I'm moving that 10th pick for something. I'm moving it for something that'll help right now. I am. Me personally. But Johnny, I like Johnny. Johnny, I do think was a good pick. Maggie said the Hawks, yeah. Eric said Cleveland lapped them twice. Kevin said Hornets. Maggie, OKC about to lap us as well. Of the front office notices this. The Wizards are not really rebuilding. It's just like they want to be decent all the time. That's their problem. They want to be... The Wizards are okay with being just okay. That's their problem. They're okay with being okay. They don't want to be... They don't want to be... You know what I mean? They don't want to be terrible. And that's their problem. I don't know why they're so afraid of being terrible. They're already terrible. They're already terrible, man. It's pathetic. It's truly pathetic. Like, bro, guys, how do you mess this up? The Wizards went from the 4th seed in Game 7 of the second round to the very next year being the 8th seed and getting gentlemen swept. I mean, it was a lot that went on. Bad free agency. Dwight Howard. Terrible free agency. Butt hurt. Couldn't play. Austin Rivers. Wasn't a good fit. I mean, it's just so much. I mean, John getting hurt. It is so bad. It was just like, after 2016-17, that was it. That was it. And it was over. It was over. 2017, 2018, it was over. That was a wrap. They should have... It was over, man. I mean, it's pathetic. You look at the tanking teams. You look at the Knicks. You look at the Cavs. You look at the Bulls. Look at the Hawks. These teams are bad. These teams are bad, man. You look at the Heat. Heat 39-43. You look at the Heat. These teams, bottom of the league, bottom of the standings at this time. While the Wizards over here BSing, talking about they're trying to do whatever. We're over here trying to get 8th seeds. We're over here at 9th seed. We're trying to get the 8th seed. We got the Cavs down here tanking. We got the Hawks still tanking. Knicks tanking. Bulls tanking. Everybody down here, man. You just gradually see the Wizards sitting around this 8th, 9th, 12th spot. This little range right here. The Wizards just all those years just hanging around here. Because they just so okay with being in this area. They are so okay with being in this area. It's pathetic, honestly. It's truly pathetic. They're so okay with being in this little area. They don't ever want to just say, okay, we suck. Let's be down here and hope we can get a Zion. Let's hope we can just build something. You know what I mean? They don't ever want to be down here. They always just okay. They okay with being this. And it's annoying. It's annoying. And now they got lapped by so many different teams. While they still right here. All these years. Trying to build around. This was supposed to be while they were trying to build around Brad. This was them building around Brad. This whole time, they've been trying to build around Brad. It's just pathetic, bro. It's really pathetic. It's really pathetic and it's pissing me off. It's truly, truly pathetic. Whew, get angry. Becky, you said we stuck dead in the middle, dog. Yeah, they're an average team. They're an average team. Hey, man, you said we are scared to do a big trade. Man, they just... Dudes are a joke, bro. Dudes are a joke. Legitimate joke. You said trading Avdia and Hachimura together could give them something big. I mean, I would agree. You know, and I like Rui and I like Denny. I do. I like them. But I also understand if you're legitimately trying to build a contender, the team that's currently constructed right now, you're going to be in that 8, 9, 10 range. That's what you're going to be in. That 7, 8, 9, 10 range. Which the Wizards have been in since John Wall got hurt. Since John Wall's been hurt. They've been in that 8, 11, 10, 9 range for how many seasons was that? They've been in that range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 straight seasons they've been in that bottom 8 to 11-ish range in the Eastern Conference. For like 5 straight years, bro. Give it up. Give it up. 5 years? And you've done nothing but be the 8th seed or the 9th seed or the 10th seed or the 11th seed. For 5 seasons. 5 straight seasons. Come on, man. Do better, bro. It's pathetic. It's the problem with this organization. They're so okay with being average. They're so okay with being mediocre. Like, pick a lane. Who wants to just be the 8th seed for forever? Who wants to fight for the play-in for forever? And I'm supposed to have faith that if they give Brad a max, now we really cooking, and now we can really build a good team. They couldn't build a good team when Brad wasn't on a max, man. His front office sucks. Chip, you said biggest problem is the coaching staff. We can't develop any of our picks. I mean, they just... I don't know what they do over there. Eric, you said we need a GM who's a minority so that he or she feels like the job is on the line each day. So if you trade Avdia and Hachimura together for something good, getting Bill and Max and keep Kuz, they can finish top 5 Eastern, in my opinion. I mean, they don't want to trade. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, honestly. They just, I don't know what this team wants to do. I don't know what they want to do. They want to be aggressive. They want to compete, but they don't want to do what's necessary to compete, which involves giving up assets. Yes, it may be steep, but if it's for a certain player, then you got to do what you got to do. They just suck at doing a lot of things. They suck at doing a lot of things, man. It's sad. It's sad to say, but it's true. And the show we're working too. Eric said, did he look stronger this offseason? Kiss been working too. Yeah, and I think the young guys will come back and be good. I think they'll come back and definitely be good for sure. But this offseason, they were looking to, Brad, the real decision was happening. They were looking to compete. They're looking to compete, be aggressive in the offseason. All this is quotation marks because all this ish is cap. You want to know what's crazy? You know what? When we play cap or no cap, when we play cap or no cap, when I play cap or no cap, and what's his face? Let's go back to Tommy. Let's go to Tommy. Let's see some Tommy quotes real quick. Because he makes me angry. That guy makes me angry. So, Tommy said this. He said, big swings a lot of times. He said, big swings a lot of times means you have to gas your entire roster, but you have to aggregate a lot of players. You heard Def. You don't want to give up your entire roster for one piece, but if that piece is good enough, then it's the right time to do it. So who's the right piece? Will there ever be a right piece, guys? Will there ever be a right piece in the Wizards' mind to gash this quote-unquote death? This death that's getting us to 8th seed, 9th seed, 10th seed, 11th seed. All this death that Tommy is talking about that has led us to absolutely nowhere. All this death that Tommy seems to be talking about. You know, that's keeping him from making a big swing. Who's the right piece? Because apparently this death that he's trying to hold on to has just been so key in us being a legitimate playoff team, apparently, because we haven't just been trash for 5 years. All this death that he's talking about is just preventing him from making big swings. I don't know who the right piece is. Maybe the right piece will be in like 2050, like NBA be saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy though. I don't know what all this death that he's so worried about gashing that has gotten us nowhere. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. We're going to continue to do all we can to get the best team. Is he really? Is he really? Are they really going to do all they can to get the best team? They'll do all they can to get the best team, I guess, unless it comes to gashing their death. This so-called death. Gashing this so-called death that has us 12th seed, that has us 8th seed, gentleman sweep, that has us 9th seed, that has us 11th seed. I mean, all this death that has gotten us so far that that just worries him so much, and it just keeps him from making a big swing so badly. All this death that we apparently have, man, makes me sick to my stomach. This team makes me sick to my stomach. All this death that has gotten us absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I mean, oh my goodness, bro. It's embarrassing. This franchise is embarrassing. And we all deserve better. All the Wizards fans deserve better. We all deserve better in the chat too. I'm trying to tell you. NBA said they would do something when nobody shows up to the games. Bro, the Wizards already have one of the lowest attendance records in the NBA. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. NBA tickets by... (2021-2022) NBA attendance. Wizards are towards the bottom of the league in attendance, man. The Wizards are already towards the bottom of the league in attendance. I mean, I don't really... Nobody really comes to the game that much now. Anyway. Nobody comes to the game that much now anyway. Justin, you saw it depends what the organization goals are, as it starts at the top. Ted refuses to get involved with the sport and is completely hands-off. Rather have a star than no star. Rather be in the playoffs, even if it means grasping play-ins. Now we have a star that wants to be the Dirk of the Wizards, but as soon as free agency hits, he's debating his options. Brad doesn't even want to be committed, but we committed to him like he's LBJ. You want to know why they committed to Brad like he's LBJ? Because they're desperate. They're desperate and they're pathetic. The Washington Wizards as a franchise are pathetic and they're desperate. Because they have a homegrown star who's an all-NBA caliber player. And they know nobody in their right mind who doesn't get drafted by the Washington Wizards, who's a top star. And they know nobody in their right mind would come play for the Washington Wizards. So they have to try so desperately to keep the one man who wants to actually potentially stay in Washington, which blows everybody else's minds, because why would you want to stay there? Why? So they're desperate. They're on their hands and knees begging this man. We'll do anything for you to stay. Because they're desperate and they're pathetic. That's why. That's why they treat him like he LBJ. Because they don't got a choice. Because nobody else is going to come play for the Washington Wizards unless they draft for that guy. And guys don't come as loyal as Bradley Beal do and John Wall do. A lot of guys in this player type of, era, they will get drafted by the Wizards and will be up out the door. Because they say, man, these dudes suck and I'm tired of losing. So they're desperate. And they're on their hands and knees for that man. It's pathetic. Because this franchise is pathetic. Eric with Wall. With Wall, I feel like this roster can fall between 5 and 9. I honestly feel that, and hopefully they can attract people. And Eric, that all depends on, we're not that's like everything goes well. Like, we're not including injuries. We're not involving injuries. What if KP only plays 43 games because he gets hurt, Eric? You know what I mean? What if John gets hurt and he misses however many games, and John only plays like 40 games? What if it's worst case scenario? You know what I mean? It is the Wizards we're talking about. Kevin says, so what if we do get SGA or Dejounte? Would you feel better at where we stand, even though we may have to get rid of most of our depth? I would feel better because the Wizards would officially have picked a side, Kevin. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got rid of the depth, but they picked a side, man. They picked a side. They chose to be aggressive, and I can respect that. I can respect that. If they had decided to trade Bradley Beal however long ago, I would have respected that. Because they chose a side, man. All this being safe, just walking the straight road, straight line, it's annoying. The straddle in the middle of the fence, it's annoying. Because it makes me feel like I have no idea or no clue what direction this team wants to go in. Because they're just so average. If they traded for SGA or Dejounte and gave up a lot, I'm okay with what they gave up because I respect the fact that they finally chose a side of the fence to stand on. Brad Levin may force them to pick a side. Brad Levin will force them to pick a side. But a trade for Dejounte or SGA would finally be them making a decision on which path they want to go with. And I would know what this team is looking at. And I will be thankful of that. Because right now they're just straddling the fence. And I have no effing idea what this team is trying to do. Or what this team is trying to accomplish. I have no idea what they're trying to do right now. Eric said the roster is better than those though. We have Isak Bonga, Troy Brown Jr., and Ian. Them rosters were terrible. I mean, I tell you. Chip, he said, when the last time we have a big star top 10? Top 10 in the draft, Chip? Chip? What do you mean by top 10? Like top 10 in the NBA or like top 10 in the draft? Chip, can't count what's on sale. Yeah, so are you talking about like player? Yeah, Chip. Are you talking about players in general, like in the NBA, or are you talking about player as in the draft? I would say player in the NBA, top 10 player in the NBA. I think John had a really good shot at being top 10 at the time, but that's still tough. Like, you still could have easily seen him as top 15. Like, let's look at something. 2017, 2018 top NBA players. Let's see who their list was. Let's see who the list was. What in the world? Am I going crazy? Or was it 2016? No, it was 2016-17. I'm sorry, 2016-17. Let me look at an article real quick and see who the. Let me see. Let's see here. This article had John at, in Bleacher Report, they had John 17. His previous record was 15. I think this was after, whatchamacallit. I think this was after their whatever season. They got John at 17 here. Top 20 players of Fox Sport. My lord. Okay, buddy. I don't know who the top. SI.com's top 100 players. They had John 13. So I would say John. John may have been the last player. Like, he may have been the last player. This was 2016 rankings. Justin, you said, Eric, you said, anyone can get injured as long as no one is injured right now. OBJ, you said, it's time to take the decision out of Bill's hand and trade him unless we get D. Murray or Shea. Justin, you said, red flag should have been when Tim Connolly got hired immediately by the Wolves. Tommy lost most of my respect already by saying Brad is a guy who you can build a team around while doing the opposite. And, the Tommy thing is such a Wizards move as well. And that's how I know this team is led by Ted's direction. Because Tommy Shepard was such a safe and Wizards type of move. We finally fired Ernie Grunfeld. We could have got Tim Connolly from Denver. We could have got Tom Weaver. I believe his name is Weaver. I forgot who he... Is he with the Pistons now? I put a Detroit GM like a car shop. I'm an idiot. Yes, Troy Weaver, who used to be with OKC. He's with Detroit now, and we like what Detroit's doing right now. You know what? That was such a Ted move, such a Wizards move. It was safe. It was boring. It was dry. Going from Ernie Grunfeld to promoting within the franchise and Tommy Shepard. Instead of getting an outside figure who may have wanted to rebuild this thing and start from scratch. Maybe they would have decided to trade Brad if they would have went with Tim. Maybe if they went with Troy Weaver, they would have went with one of those two guys. Maybe, just maybe, they would have came in here and did something differently. But no, Ted went with the safe choice, the internal hire, someone who's been in that facility for long, who knows what Ted wants. And look at us. Average. Mid. It's pathetic. Jay said 2015-16. Well, Kevin said that's true. Just because Tim would have been traded Bill by now. Kevin said I feel like Tommy told Ted what he wanted to hear. Spike, you said could argue that Bill could be top 10. Yeah, it was all NBA season. He could have possibly been top 10. Yeah, it's either John or Brad. John or Brad. Definitely only John or Brad. Cheppy said we've never had a top 10 since Unsailed. Daniel said, would you take Markelle Fultz from Magic D? I'm not that big on Fultz, honestly. Like, the shooting issues. I'm just not that big on Fultz. OBJ said, not Fultz, please. No, I'll take Suggs, though. Yeah, give me Jalen Suggs. I doubt the Magic would give him up, though, right now. He's in his second year. But, I'm not that big on Fultz, in my opinion. Chippy said, same with coaching. When have we had a big name coach that players want to play for? The players like Scott. He was an offensive coach. But, he was a player he used to play, so he was a player's coach. Scott was a player's coach, but, this team is cooked, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Kevin said, not Cole Anthony. I like Cole. But I don't know. I'm big on Jalen Suggs. I like Jalen Suggs, bro. I know he didn't have the most exciting rookie year, but F it. How can you not take Dejounte even if they want 3 first round picks? If we sign a Brad to the Supermax, perfect player that fits all our needs if we are win now. And I really like Dejounte's fit next to Brad as well. And you know what, man? Like, if you gonna go in, bro, go in. Like, I'm so tired of wondering. It said every season, I don't know what the Wizards' plan is. I'm tired of saying, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know which way they want to go. I don't know which direction they want to go in. They always want to compete. That's their problem. They always just want to compete. They don't want to win. They don't care if they win or not. They just want to compete. Idiotic direction of this franchise. Idiotic direction. Say Tommy, you said, what can Rui average in his best scoring season? Rui could probably average, like, his best scoring season. He probably could average, like, 14 or something like that. 14 or something like that. Jay, you said, are you Commanders fan as well? I'm an Eagles fan, sir. I do have a Carson Wentz jersey, though. The Eagles one from when they won the Super Bowl. I do have a Wentz jersey, so I still like Wentz. So maybe that makes me partially a Commanders fan. You know? I got a Wentz jersey. Justy said, we will roll with a mediocre PG watch. That's a very Wizards way of, doing things. A very Wizards way of doing things. This team just makes me angry, bro. I mean, it's just, oof. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. This team makes me upset. Can we say he's an Eagles fan? Facts. Yes, sir. Chippy said, I like Scott, but he was a Wizards type coach. And a lot of people feel like they just got Scott Brooks because they wanted to get Kevin Durant and try to attract him here. You know? They felt like Scott Brooks was a KD hire. When they tried to entice KD to get Joy Washington. Chippy said, we can get 20 of us, he'll let him play. I don't think he'll ever average 20 in Washington because he'll never have the opportunity as long as Bill is here and guys like KP is here and guys like Cal. I don't think 20 is a lot. You need a really high usage to average 20. I don't think he'll ever have that much that high of a usage to get there. Jesse said needing to trade either Kuz or Rui, probably KCP as well. They all need to be paid, and we just drafted Davis. There has to be a big swing or GTFO. I agree. There needs to be a big swing, man. It really does. Kevin said KCP was cool, but he's only here because he's Bill's buddy. Like, I wouldn't mind moving Kuz. I wouldn't mind moving KCP. I wouldn't mind moving Denny. I wouldn't mind moving Rui to make a big swing. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't care. Just show me a direction. Like, I would be completely okay if the Wizards traded Bill and went full in on Denny, Rui, etc., the young guys. And, we just try to rebuild up, get us a top 4 pick or something, get us a star. I would have been completely fine with that and just rolling with the young guys. Or trading young guys and going big on a vet, all-star vet, on an all-star vet. I would have been okay with that too. But this is what the Wizards do. They don't roll with an all-star in a trade, but they also don't fully run with the young guys. So it's like the young guys are like developing like at a slower pace. They are involved, but they aren't really involved. Everything is just so like, they're not going full in on anything. They're not going full in on the young guys. They're not going full in on trading for an all-star type caliber player. So I don't know what the F they doing, honestly. I have no idea what they're doing. I have no idea. OBJ said we're going to have to convert you, bro. I can't be caught having contact with Eagles fans during the season. Man, what I be seeing the Commanders doing, bro, I'd be like, dang. I couldn't imagine being a Wizards fan and a Commanders fan. I'd be like, dang, man. But I don't know, y'all might be alright this season. Like I said, I still like Carson. he just gonna have you pissed off. Like, I'll tell you now, Carson Wentz is gonna have you be like, Carson Wentz is him. Like, he that dude with some of these throws he makes. He gonna be like, yeah, he that guy. Then he gonna do some stuff that's gonna be like, bro, I hate this dude. He's an idiot. Carson gonna have you scratching your head sometimes and make you jump out your seat other times. Chippy said Rui has had 30-point games with Bill on the floor. I mean, that's true. That is true. But I mean, to average 20 though. Like, that was 30 games, and then like, what was he averaging after that 30-point game? Like, one 30-point game is, yeah. But like, to average that high, you got to be doing that at a consistent level. Dropping 20, 22, 24, 25 consistently. Kevin said, facts, bro. Well, Barry said, I'm starting to think after watching this boy Tatum playing in the finals, watching more former Wizards win rings, and the Wizards playing safe with picks again, Bill is leaving. I mean, it will all be their fault. It will be all the Wizards' fault if Brad left. It will be no one's fault but the Washington Wizards front office fault if Bradley Beal chose to leave. Because in these 5 years that Brad's been the guy, they've done absolutely jack-ish. Jack-ish. They've done absolutely nothing. Say Tommy, you said we need to trade Kuzma right now. Why his value is that high? Wizards don't ever want to trade guys, that got good values at the time. They always want to keep guys and blah, blah, blah. But they're going to be forced to trade somebody. I'm telling you. You know what? And this is what Troy Weaver is doing in Detroit. Troy Weaver has Jalen Duren. He has Jaden Ivey. He has Cade Cunningham. He has Sadiq Bey. He traded Jeremy Grant to move that Milwaukee first-round pick to get the Duren, I believe. And they have $44 million in cap space. The most cap space in the NBA. If they play their cards right, they could be looking decent real soon. And you know what the Pistons was doing? Rebuilding. And you know who's their GM? Troy Weaver, who was an option for the Washington Wizards GM job. Because you want to know where Troy Weaver's from? Troy Weaver is from Washington, D.C. He's from here. Wizards love their local guys so much. I mean, the man, he's from here. I mean, come on, man. But hey, Wizards will be Wizards. What can you do? Barry said Bill at some point is leaving, even if he gets that contract. Don't want him to be the next Carmelo. Go to Miami before it's too late. Chevy said, against Clippers, I think, what all-star veterans would you bring in? Dejounte. Shai Gilgeous. I don't know if Shai's ever been an all-star, but he has all-star potential for sure. But yeah, Dejounte, who was an all-star last year. And I think DeJounte's at 25. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. He got 5 more years before he even touched 30. I don't know if he's 25 going on 26 or he was 24 and went on 25. I'm not sure though. Justin, you said 29 paid $250 million, which will be his biggest contract of his career. Now he would chase the ring. Barry said, let's not talk about the Commanders there and the Wizards give me indigestion. Kuz will be gone at the deadline if Bill resigns. It's so Wizards to trade our top players when their value is down. I mean, I don't know. They never sell high on guys. Never sell high on guys. They always got to trade guys when they're at their lowest. The Wizards are a reactionary franchise. They're not a proactive franchise. They're a reactive franchise. They're never ahead of the curve. They're never 2 moves ahead. They're always 1 move behind. They're always 2 steps behind, trying to catch up. They're always trying to catch up. They're always reacting to something. Always are reacting to something. It's trash. Jesse said those other great GMs interviewed for the job probably told Ted we rebuilding and trading Bill. Ted wasn't having it until we took time because he's a yes man. Talk to him, Justin. Barry said rebuilding is not in Ted's vocabulary. Even if his build is going to stay, they won't rebuild. They will still go for the plan with Hero, Lowry, Struz, Davis. I mean, and that's sad that I actually can believe that. It's sad. Kevin said, I'm about to buy the Wizards from Ted so that I clean house. Everyone is getting fired. Even Wes and I will bring in Quincy Snyder and clean house top to bottom. Clear him out, Kevin. Clear him out, man. Clear them boys out. I'm telling you. Clear them boys out. But yeah, guys, thank you for 40 people being in here. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video for your boy. That helps out greatly. Also, if you want to become a channel member, click the link in the pinned comment that I have in the chat. Or if you want to send me a super chat and donate in that way, you can. But thank you guys for being in here. This has turned into a very ranty stream. I did not expect to come on here and be this angry at the Washington Wizards, but this is what them boys do to me. And the sad thing is, I'm going to be right here when the season starts watching games, getting mad. I hope they prove me wrong. I want the Wizards to prove me wrong so bad. I want the Wizards to make me sound like an idiot. I really do. I want the Wizards to make me sound like an idiot for my takes. But I don't. They always prove me right. They always prove everyone right. It's terrible. Sunburns, you said, who would you trade on the current roster? For the right player, I could trade Kuz. I would trade KCP. I could trade Diddy. I could trade Rui. I could trade Corey Kispert. For the right player. All those guys will be available. All of them. For the right player. Kevin, you said that will make you head coach, D. I think I'd be alright as a head coach. I'd be alright as a head coach. You know, I'd be alright, man. Man. I'm just disappointed. Jay said, Kevin to the rescue. I'll bring the trash bags. We gotta clean these dudes up, man. We 100% gotta clean these dudes up and get them up out of here. Because, I don't know what this team's trying to do. I don't know what goal this team's trying to accomplish. It's sad. Sad state. They're in a consistent sad state. Kevin said we need landfills to clean this mess. We do. Jesse said, would say Johnny Davis got a different air about him. Wasn't too high on him, but feel like he's different than our last few draft picks. I do think that he will be better than like the last 3 draft picks that the Wizards have taken. Jesse said, want Ivy bad. Yeah, but I would have moved up for Ivy still. Even with saying that, I would have either moved up with Ivy. I still would be going hard at Dejounte. I just... I don't know, man. I truly don't know. I don't know what this team is trying to do. I don't know what this team is trying to accomplish. I don't know, guys. But where we at? 2 hours. Also, I will be dropping on my YouTube channel. I will be dropping our reaction. I will be dropping our reaction to Johnny Davis draft pick. I drafted early. I uploaded. Late last night. My God, I can't speak again. Late last night, I uploaded a video with our reaction to when Jaden Ivey got picked. I did that, so make sure you check that video out. And then later today, I'm going to upload our reaction to when Johnny Davis got picked. And then I'll probably clip a lot of this rant because this is how I'm feeling. And probably make a video of my rant about the Wizards and why they will forever be a mediocre franchise. And post that as a separate video too. So I got a couple individual videos coming to the YouTube channel. One today. Maybe another one tomorrow probably. So be on the lookout for that. Jay, you said, yep, Johnny Wire definitely got an edge to him. Yeah, I like Johnny, man. I just wish the Wizards would make a decision on whether they want to go out full with the young guys or, you know, go in with the with the all-star veteran type of player, and go big or go home. Pick a side, Wizards. Pick a side, man. But I want to thank you guys for all being in here, man, and liking up the video and watching and chatting with your boy. Once again, we knocked about 2 hours and 20 minutes out today. I appreciate y'all, all you guys being in here. Love y'all. Y'all are great per usual. Hopefully the Wizards make a move when I'm off stream. If the Wizards, like I say, if the Wizards make a big move or something while I'm off stream, I will definitely be back on later on in the day to talk about it for sure, but I don't know if the Wizards will do anything of note today. So, thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to become a channel member, you can do it when I'm off stream as well. Definitely, or click the link in the chat, pin message. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in with your boy and hearing me rant, because I was on here crying to y'all just now. Just crying. But I hope everybody has a good rest of their day. Take it easy, man. And I'll see you guys next time. You already know, guys. Peace.